Hello dear students, so now from today we are going to start the first chapter of class ninth political science, that is democracy in the contemporary world. Okay, now if you see, we explain the democracy as government of the people, for the people and by the people. This is how we explain the word democracy. Democracy means the government of the people, for the people and by the people, isn't it? So this is how we just explain the democracy. But if you see the process of democracy around the world, if you see, has witnessed the numerous ups and downs in the history. We do not have, we didn't get the democracy all of a sudden. Okay, like in India, if you see the we right now we have the democracy, means because we are democratically we are choosing the representative, isn't it? We are electing, means we are just casting our vote, and that is how we are just choosing them. So this is the democracy all about, isn't it? So the democracy the democracy, if you see, has not happened all of a sudden. Rather, there is a history behind this. Many ups and downs are there. Then after we have the democracy here, isn't it? So it witnessed the numerous ups and downs. Okay, but if you see around the world, there are numerous countries. There are numerous countries around the world which have witnessed many ups and downs for bringing the democracy in their country. Okay, so the best example we would take here, the two example, the example of two countries. One is Chile and another one is Poland. So these are the two examples, Chile and Poland. Now if you see Chile, Chile is a country in the South America, and Poland is a country in the Europe continent. Okay, so these are the two countries belonging to the different continent. If you see, okay, now and these two countries also attained the democracy, but the means were different. By different means, means by the different process or by the different method, they attain the democracy in their country. Okay, now if you see the child, the child was under the military coup. The child was under the military. There was the military in child. This was under the military coup. But if you talk about the Poland, so this was not under the military coup, rather it was under the Soviet Union at that time. Soviet Union. It was under the power of the Soviet Union, where it was having the communist government. Okay, communist government means there in every property or in every sector there was the involvement of the government. So that was the communist government. So it was there in the Poland, isn't it? Means whether you call it market or whether you call it economy, so everywhere there was the interference of the government. So government would decide the rate, etc., everything. Okay, so there was the interference of the government everywhere. Okay, so this was there in the Poland. So Poland wanted to just get it free from all these communist government there. Okay, because there was the interference of the government everywhere in the Poland, isn't it? They were just operating the market, they were operating the economy, they were operating the everything, they were operating. So the Poland just wanted to get rid of all these. Okay, they want some liberal kind of community there in its country. Okay, similarly child was under the military coup. So also it also wanted to get it free from the military also. Okay, and if you see, there were in child there were two big leaders emerged. One was you can say Allende. One was Allende. Allende was a big leader in child. Similarly, in one more leader was there in child, that was Bachelet. That was Bachelet. Okay, so these were two main leaders in child. Okay, both of these two leaders were looking for some development, but their means were different. One was having the military means. By the military means, it was trying to develop, but another, the Bachelet, she was a girl, was trying to attain the development by the democracy, by the process of democracy. Okay, this was the scenario there. Okay, so we would move ahead in this sequence, the way we are just moving ahead, expansion of the democracy, the way we are moving ahead in the similar process. Again, we will be moving ahead in the next lecture. Okay, so let me write this all, then in this next process, in the next lecture, we will be moving from here now. Okay, so now let me all summarize this here, which you have to note down in your notebook. So I have summarized it all here. so that you have to note in your notebook. So if you see the expansion of democracy around the world, okay, first we would try to explain the democracy. So democracy is explained as the government of the people, for the people, by the people. Okay, means we are choosing it for ourselves. Okay, now if you see the process of democracy around the world, so it has witnessed many ups and downs throughout the history. We would take here two examples, like we have examples of Chile and Poland. Okay, now if you see, the Chile was under the which was there in the south, which is there in the South American continent. So it was under the military coup. Okay, and wanted to attain freedom from the military. Means it also wanted to attain the democracy kind of things. And Poland, if you see, Poland is a country in the Europe. Okay, which was under the Soviet power. Okay, and the Poland also wanted to get rid from the government interference, because in the Soviet Union there was the communist government, communist rule. So they have the interference in every sector there in the government. So the Poland wanted to get rid of it, means to move away from the government interference. Okay, now if you see in the child, there were two main leaders there who just means who just supported, one of the leaders supported the this military coup, and another one supported the democracy. So these two leaders were Allende and Bachelet. Okay, so these were the two leaders, and both of these two leaders wanted development, but their means were different. By the different process, they wanted the development of the child, isn't it? So that is all for today. Would be discussing some more in this sequence. I mean, in the expansion of the democracy under the same topic, we would be discussing some more points in the upcoming lectures. Till then, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.